One thing that I'm really struck by is the amazing lack of imagination that people seem to have. I was on a walk with my friend the other day, and he said something that, well, I found pathetic. He said that was my last chance at having a normal life. What is a normal life? I don't understand this. And just now, I was reading an article about some woman that said that her life at 47 is exactly the same as it was at 27. In 1997, she lived the same way she's living now, with the minor differences of rent being more expensive and having better technology. Due to a divorce, which I assume is also what my friend's qualm was. And this is what I never understood. It's the need to partition yourself into a particular trajectory. There's this whole thing of, oh, it's too late now, right? I haven't accomplished my career goals. I haven't made senior partner. Oh no, and I'm approaching 35. Or I haven't generated a successful relationship that's ongoing, or I've experienced a divorce. Now, oh dear, it's all over. And so, I will stay in this one ideation of either you are this single person who is an eternal bachelor or bachelorette, or you are a suburban house person. What I don't understand is, why can't you be whatever the hell? I know that this is a really common idea. Do your own thing, be your own person. But I don't understand. There's so many things you can do. You can improve in so many different ways. There's so many different ways of living. You could have a house in the suburbs all by yourself. It just takes a little bit more work. You could live in a van like my friend does. You could live in a tent, like at one point I thought of doing, because I really enjoy being outside. I actually kind of dig the discomfort of it. And that's why I'm really never so freaked out about things, because I know that I can take my bike and I can take my tent and I can ride around, permitting that, I don't get in trouble for whatever silly reason of who's this weird hippie drifter kid. Well, I'm not a kid anymore, but this weird hippie drifter man out there, I'd be fine. I don't really need very much. But at the same time, I'm not someone that's gonna just shun everything on a whim, just to prove that I'm a hardcore. Like, I'm okay that if life throws fortuitous circumstances my way, like in certain ways it has and hasn't, I'm going to use those. But this idea of locking yourself into an expectation of like a life trajectory of either you are a single person who is kind of like this free spirit, or you are this tied down family oriented person, I don't understand. Like, it's almost like people want to feel like they're making some kind of societally approved sacrifice in one way or another, that they feel like they're part of some kind of continuum. And I don't want to be part of some kind of continuum. I want to be part of the weird, fractally unfolding madness slash sanity? The maddening sanity that is reality, that is, not very poetic here. It's very clunky. But I work an early shift, and I woke up a few hours ago, and then I made myself some food. I had myself Sam Adams, which I actually just read about whether or not the ingredients are really as good as they say, which, but I'm not gonna complain. I don't know if I'm even gonna post this or who this is gonna help, but cubby holing, man. It's the problem with it that I have that bothers me is that it keeps people from being fun. Like, I want to have fun. I want to go to the woods. I want to go ride my bike. I want to go hiking. I want to go camping. I want to fish. I want to hunt. I want to play guitar. I want to interface with people and have good conversations. I want people to write poetry, to write stories, and to take that seriously as an expression that they have a spark of divinity within themselves. And I want to do that myself. But when people feel like they're not meeting some kind of expectation, or that now they're this loser, or they're the super responsible person that has to keep appearances in a mowed lawn, I don't like, they stop living, basically. It's they'll do the things that I talk about, but in like the context of clubs. It's really not, I hate to use this word because it's got baggage of woo, but it's not organic. It doesn't come from an innate, like, spontaneous joy to weave of, hey, I'm going to learn German. It's like, oh, well, we're part of the German club, so now we're part of the yoga club, so now we're gonna go on to this yoga. I nothing against clubs, really, but there's something about just, I can look at a fucking window with dust coming through it for like 2 hours, and it's fine. I love it. It's great. All kinds of thoughts and things come to my head, and this is not like, oh my god, I'm so special and deep, but everybody has a capacity, but it gets muted by this need to fit yourself into a mold that makes you really fucking lame to be around, because then you don't use opportunities, like, you drag down the creative potential of everybody around you because you've always got this fucking, like, oh, my life is exactly the same as it was, but that's my real life, so good. And no, it's neither of those things. There is no such thing as your real life and as a normal life, or whatever. If you're talking about normal in terms of like what most people are doing, fine. I mean, fine. But it's not abnormal to not be doing what most people are doing. It's just that you're not doing it. Like, if you're single, that's not abnormal. That just means that there's not somebody that's come along that jives with you, or that there's something about you that preventing you from forming that kind of relationship at this time. That's what I always found fascinating about, the whole talk of, like, people complain about their family members asking them, well, why aren't you married yet? Well, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, why aren't you married yet? Because that's a really big, really ridiculous step that causes a lot of people a lot of problems. And it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. And yes, if that's something you want to happen, there's certain steps you can take. But really, just like when I was in my little marketing job, there's only be so many people coming by that are interested in switching their cable package, and that are going to find your cable package appealing, no matter how you pitch it to them. And the fact that you feel, I don't know, it's bizarre to me. I don't even know. This is a super incoherent thing, but whatever.